Sometimes we need life-altering pain. Sometimes we need the pain that drops us to our knees, the pain that alters everything inside of us, the pain that says, I don't know how to get to tomorrow, the pain that says I am alone. I have no one. I don't know who I am, God. I don't know where I'm going. I don't have a future. The kind of pain that says, why did this rape happen? Why did this person have to go? Why did this man tell me I was his everything? Disappeared. Left me and the children in complete disarray. Why are the bad people walking around still? And while we're living right, they are getting everything they want out of life. Now you say, why on earth do we need any more pain? Why? You know, often I would ask questions of this. I've struggled. It's hard to have faith when you can't understand why. It's not so much about why, more so of what do we do? How do we get through this? How do we navigate this? How do I have a hope in something when I see so much evil around me? Because it's not for you to understand. It's too big to understand. And that's why we don't. But one thing I have learned through asking these questions at one time is that if a lot of the things didn't happen in my life the way they did, I wouldn't have my purpose. I would be living a life without meaning. If I didn't go through all of this, I wouldn't know what better looks like. I wouldn't ever want more. I would live in a life that was way below my worth, way below my value. If I didn't lose my mom, which hurts me daily, it is the biggest loss if there ever was a loss and probably ever will be. If I didn't lose her, I can honestly say I would have never fought for myself in the way I have. By what I mean by that is, when my mom was here, she was that one home in a home. She was my home. She was my security. She was my safety. She was my love. She was the one who would call me every single day and say, okay, I'm just making sure you're good and making sure you're okay. When she left, I didn't have that. I didn't have nothing. My husband, I just had to leave from a very abusive relationship where I was so beaten down. But mind you, before that happened, we got abandoned first. I mean, I was at an all-time low. Everything in my life was coming at me at once. So I just lost my best friend. I just lost my comfort. You know, the one thing that says to me when I can't make it, Jen, you're gonna make it. I didn't have that anymore. I was alone. And I was so alone that I called out to a God that I constantly questioned why my life was so bad. Why did I have to go through the molestation? Why did I have to go through such bad, awful relationships where guys would put their hands on me and devalue me? Why? Why did I get sent away? Why this? Why that? But I called out because I was desperate. And when I was desperate, on my knees, I realized there is a God. There is a God. Because let me tell you, I didn't think I was going to make it. I was contemplating ending my life. And I was on that ground. And on that ground, He raised me up. I now know today that, yes, I lost my mom. And that is a loss that will always be a loss. And the whole, oh, it will get better with time. I'm sorry. No, it doesn't get better with time. You just get better at getting on with your life and trying to live it out. But the pain is there. When I lay down, that pain's there. Mother's Day, there. Christmas, there. Birthday's there. But the one thing I can say is, on regards to my mother, is I know now that when my mom was gone, and at one time I didn't think I had nothing, nobody. I felt like an orphan. I felt like a baby, like completely scared out of my mind. And the one thing I realized is, you and nobody, whether you have parents or not, you are not an orphan. You can find a mom in God, a father in God, a friend in God, a loving God. God is everything. And God has been my strength and my hope and the reason I can fight now. I had never fought for myself. I fought for everybody else but myself my entire life. And now I am a priority. I have value. I have worth. I have a fight in me. And then you know what? Going back to trials. Trials are only there. Your hard times, the things you question, I can almost bet it is tied to your purpose. I can almost bet. And when you get heartbroken enough and you have to go through the fight of your life, it's going to fight you inside your mind to want to fight for your life and stand up and have the biggest fight back to say, you know what? You didn't win. You didn't win. I am no victim. I'm going to use this pain for good. And let me tell you, I have such a fire in me. I'm angry at the evil in the world. I'm angry about the people beating women. I'm angry about the people abusing women sexually. I'm angry about the poor kids that don't have their parents. They took off. I'm angry. But one thing I know is we are all have our own things. I'm not saying nothing of it's right. It irritates me. I'm so angry inside. But how I'm going to fight that anger, instead of let it eat at me and take from me, I'm going to use it for good. And this is what I'm doing. My stuff I went through has put me in the position to finally get off the floor. I did something with myself. When everyone probably thought the odds were against me, I did it. No, rephrase, God did it. Because God was in me. And I never had the confidence to ever fight for myself or do anything for myself. I am not the same person I was 3 years ago. And I wouldn't have been if all those trials came and everything around me, just kept coming and I didn't find God. There is no way I would be here. He is my rock. He is my fortress. He is my strength. In hard times, good times, doesn't matter times. He's the one I go to that I trust. He's the one I can put everything onto and know that He will always be there. Yeah, that man might have left you. Yeah, your mom might have left you too. But there is a God that can love you like a mother, a father, a brother, a sister, a cousin, you name it. And He can get you off that ground today if you don't give up. And you will start to see, this is why this happened. This is why that happened. And you know what? It's for God's glory. And we are going to use this to help others in the dark. We're going to use this to unite as one under God. And if we do that, I believe our world will start to heal. There is hope. There is light. Don't just look at your storm. Rise up. When I talk about how God saved me, I was a woman of thought no value. I did not have any love for myself. I didn't know who I was. I let men use me, take advantage of me, hurt me, because I needed validation. I needed somebody there because I was deathly scared. I suffered with abandonment issues. I suffered with complex PTSD, sleepless nights. I suffer with anxiety. I suffer with, just anger. And I suffered for so long. I felt like all my life, I felt pain. I felt like nobody. I hated myself more than anyone could have ever hated me. And I'm going to tell you that, all of these trials came. But the best part of these trials is I found a God who loved me, who made me see my worth, who made me see and want better for my life. And although it's not normal because you live one way for so long, He has literally changed me from the inside out to expect better, to want better for my life, and to value and love myself, and to fight for myself. Because if I don't fight for myself, I can't fight for you. Don't you ever give up on hope, and don't you ever give up on your faith or God. He loves you, and He will be there to comfort you with His love. He loves you. In our worst times, when we feel just rejected, abandoned, or alone, what I've come to find out is the rejection is really just direction. It's removing some things to replace it with a new view, a new mind, a new person, a new thing, a new hope, a new faith, a new trust in yourself. There's always a reason. Trust God throughout it all.
If you like this video, please click like and subscribe. If you liked this video and want to see more like this, please like and subscribe. Thank you.